Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
It is episode 187 of Weather Weekly. Good to be with you here. Welcome to the month of August here. Coming off, man, really active week. Last week had a couple of tornadoes in the state of Indiana. One was near the Anderson areas in Madison County. The other was down by Evansville, down in Vanderburgh and Warwick County. So quite active. Several days of some areas torrential downpours. There was street flooding Thursday evening across much of the Indy metro area. We're going to talk all about that, but it does appear that we're going to have a quieter first full week of August. And actually, it may be kind of on the pleasant side, as well as I know many school districts went to back to school last week, and the rest of you going back to school this week. We'll focus in on all of that. That's coming up next in the week ahead for August 5th, 2024, right here on Weather Week.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug, ignored a leaky faucet, pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects. But there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you if people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else? Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
It is the week ahead here for August 5th, 2024. Let's go ahead and get down to it here. We'll begin with the 5th. Now, I do think we're going to be kind of stuck in a warm and muggy pattern. We experienced that for the weekend, especially Sunday. We saw the numbers kind of ramp up a little bit with that sunshine. So the humidity is still up there, and you're going to feel that really in the morning, but throughout the day. I think we're quiet for your Monday. Partly cloudy skies, highs in the lower 90s. And overnight lows will likely be into the lower 70s. I do think as we go into the midweek, we start to bring in some rain opportunities. Tuesday, I'm going to go partly cloudy again, very humid, hot, highs around 90 degrees. We could see some of those rain chances coming in here as we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday. There's still some timing issues on some of the projections here, but it does appear that it could be as early as Tuesday night, maybe as late as Wednesday during the day, as a cold front starts to drag across the state. Nothing tremendous here in terms of severe chances yet, as we can see it. But there will be some thunderstorms, so you always got to be on guard that there could be some gusty winds out of that. The potential for some heavy rain, certainly, because we are so muggy. But once we go into Wednesday, Wednesday being the 7th, we should see sunshine returning on the back end of the cold front. I think we're only going to have highs into the mid-80s and overnight lows into the mid-60s. I think the rest of the extended looks wonderful. Thursday, comfortable, seasonably warm, normal temperatures, but we won't have the high humidity values. So we'll have highs in the lower 80s, overnight lows in the lower 60s. Outlying areas outside of Indianapolis probably slip into the upper 50s. And even better still for Friday, with sunshine and highs in the upper 70s and overnight lows into the lower 60s. And I think that's going to continue into this upcoming weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to have highs sitting in the upper 70s, lower 80s range. So it is going to be really, really spectacular by the end of the week. So you got to get through a couple of hot and muggy days here. But outside of that, we get to the back half of the work week and school week, it is going to be wonderful. It looks like it's going to be wonderful for this upcoming weekend as well. In terms of the 7-day rainfall forecast, not much. Heaviest rainfall maybe up in northeastern Indiana, where we could stand to see maybe around a half an inch around the South Bend and Fort Wayne area, maybe closer to an inch in the northeastern corner, say up around Angola. But much of central Indiana, maybe a quarter to a third. And the southern third of the state, you're lucky if you can even get a tenth. That's over the next 7 days. And that's mainly just going to come with the rain chances here for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So that'll do it for the forecast here for the week ahead for August 5th, 2024. Coming up next, we'll take a look back at the month of July, and we'll look at the 8 to 14-day outlook and close it down. That's coming up next here on Weather Week.
Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte Clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
What makes a life a good one? Is it the adventure you have? Or the friends you find along the way? Maybe it's pursuing your passion while striving to protect, defend, and save what you believe in every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? In the Coast Guard, we think it's all of the above and more, but you'll have to find out for yourself. Visit gocoastguard.com to learn more.
All right, real quick, let's take a look back at the month of July. These are the official numbers from the National Weather Service. I know we kind of mentioned it last week, but we still had a couple days left for the month. And boy, we ended, the precip went up quite a bit because remember, we were, I think, slightly below average still. Not after last week, 6.46 inches. And that was helped by 2.5 inches on the wettest day, which was the 28th. So we ended up on the positive side of 2.04 against the average. The only cities that were actually below average in terms of rainfall for the month, Muncie down 1.25 inches. Your final total was 2.82. I know you did make up for it, though. You had a couple of heavy rainmakers, I believe, the first couple of days of August. And Bloomington, down about 3/4. Your official number was 4.12. The driest stretch for everybody was basically between the 18th and the 21st, although Muncie went from the 18th to the 23rd. So it did make for the 22nd wettest July on record in Indianapolis. If you remember, we were kind of right in the middle. It wasn't, exceptionally dry or exceptionally wet in terms of the record keeping, but it did put us kind of on that frontier after the wet week we had. Nothing extraordinary with temperatures. That didn't really change. 67th coolest, tied. So it puts us right in the middle. The average temperature was 75.4. The departure from average was 0.4, down 0.4. And the hottest temperature, 92 on the 15th. Lowest temperature that we had was 55 on the 1st. Some of the precipitation totals were pretty extraordinary. And again, a lot of that came from that last week when we had some of that torrential rain. We picked up about, I think some of the highest numbers I'm seeing in the metro, 8.5 inches in parts of Morgan County. That's the highest number that I am seeing right now. But there were several reporting stations that I'm looking at that the Weather Service posted, which, by the way, if you're interested in looking at the map, weather.gov's weather.gov/IND, and that will get you to the July climate report, and it'll give you a map showing central Indiana. So 4 to 7 inches is pretty common across much of the area. So pretty impressive. Also wanted to bring this up. And that is we're only 4 or 5 days in to the month of August, we are sitting at 0.67 inches of rainfall officially in Indianapolis. We're on the positive of 0.35. Last year at this time, we didn't have a drop of rain, at least for the first few days. With the heavy rain that we picked up for July, we're still at, since June 1st, so the start of the meteorological summer, 9.29, which is down 0.4, but up a lot from last year at 7.47. We have 31.33 for the year. That puts us 3.31 inches up for the entire year as well. Okay, so the last week, I mean, a lot can change in a week, right? 8 to 14 day outlook, just a slight chance, about 30% chance of below average temperatures for the dates of August 11th through the 17th, and near normal precipitation for those same dates as well. We brought up, we mentioned last week, new update that came down July 31st for the month of August. Decent signal for above average temperatures for the month, and no strong signals either way for above or below average precipitation for the month of August. All right, that'll do it here for this week's podcast. If you have any comments, concerns, complaints, please shoot me an email, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. You can also reach me out on social media. Marcus Bailey Weather is what you search for on Facebook, and @ Marcus Bailey on X and Instagram. Can be found on both of those platforms as well. You can get our forecast for free 24 hours a day at our website, wishtv.com/weather. And of course, with our free Storm Track 8 weather app, I believe you need to search for Wish TV Weather in your app store to find that. And of course, you can get my forecast Monday through Friday on the TV side for Wish TV Daybreak starting at 4 a.m. While you're here, make sure to check out all the other great podcasts, all part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.